So this is going to be suitable for beginners, but it's a little bit harder than the normal beginner classes that I do. So I'll give you options to make it easier for you if you need to, and options to push yourself if you want to go a little bit further. So really just take it easy, go where feels good. Morning, thanks for joining. So we'll just give it a couple more minutes, hi, and then we're going to get started. We'll start seated, so you can start by just getting a comfortable seat onto your mat as we get ready for the class. And if you can't hear me or anything, just let me know. So if you are doing this pregnant, you're going to need a couple of these or something similar to rest onto, because it's quite a hard flow to do through pregnancy. But I will accommodate it for you so that you can give it a try at home. Okay, so let's make a start whenever you're ready. We are going to come to start seated. So coming into a comfortable seat. Now, you can sit onto a cushion or a yoga block. It feels a bit nicer than sitting completely flat. And just have the legs crossed. Now, if it doesn't feel comfortable to have your legs crossed so tightly, just take your feet further forward and just let the knees drop here as you lift up through the chest. Sorry, that's my coughing issue. And we're going to start with the backs of the hands resting onto the thighs here with your palms facing up. So I'm going to just check. Doesn't matter which leg you have in front, just what feels comfortable. So shifting the glutes, closing the eyes, and let's bring the palms facing up. Just taking a few calming breaths here. So just in and out through the nose. Noticing how it feels to simply breathe and be here in this moment. How you feel in the body. If you've woken up in a particular mood, if you feel a little low energy. And then just bring that awareness to the breath. Focusing on the sensations as you inhale and you exhale. Relaxing the shoulders. Relaxing the muscles around the jaw. Just let that chin become heavy. As you allow the belly and the guts to hang free. We're going to come into a little bit of breath work. If you are pregnant, please refrain from holding your breath at any point. We're going to take a deep breath in through the nose, and as you do that, I want you to clench your hands into these little fists. As you breathe all the way up into your heart space, I want you to hold it here for the count of 3, 2, 1. Release the hands as you exhale, let go of the breath, and just feel this sense of release. As you hold the breath out for 3, 2, 1. Squeeze the fist, breathe it in all the way to the top. Hold it at the very top and see if you can take in a little bit more air, and then hold for 3, 2, 1. Release the hands, release the body, let go of the breath. Hold it out for 3, 2, 1. And then just come back to this normal rhythm of the breath in and out through the nose. Maybe feeling just a little bit calmer, more prepared for your class today. And we're going to bring hands to heart, keeping the eyes closed. Set yourself an intention for the class this morning or for the day ahead. It can be something so minor, it can be something big. Whatever feels good for you. And then just start to manifest this intention as you rub the palms together, creating this beautiful energy between the hands, this heat. And slowly place the hands over the eyes as you feel the warmth begin to radiate through. Blink the eyes open. Just turning the eyes around, looking left, looking right, up and down. And bringing the hands down beside you, feeling a bit more prepared for our class today. We're going to shift forward, take the block out from underneath you if you're using a block. And from here, you're going to bend the knees. Now, if you're pregnant, just take the legs out straight. Otherwise, you're going to bend the knees into the chest. And from here, you're going to hug the thighs in and just start to massage the belly against the thighs here. Little twists. So you're just moving side to side here. Just starting to feel how that opening in the back. Nice deep breaths. And coming back to center. Bring your hands behind you. You're going to take your feet as wide as the mat. Now again, if you're pregnant, just take your legs further forward so you've got plenty of room for bump. Otherwise, bringing the legs in here. You're going to lift the toes and you're going to drop the knees down to the right. Then we're going to lift, roll over the feet, we drop to the left. So we're just starting to get into those hips in really gently. We're going to bring it back up. Now we're going to add the upper body. Drop the knees to the right, sweep your left arm up, breathe into here. Reach your left fingertips over. Bring it back to center. Let's take that the other way. Knees to the left, right arm sweeps up and across. Breathe. Bring it back to center. One more each side. We come to the right as our left arm sweeps up. Last time to the other side. We come over to the left, our right arm sweeps up. And we come back to center. Now bringing the feet together, let the knees hang out to the side and try to sit more upright rather than leaning back. So as you sit upright, reach your toes back and you're just going to rock the knees side to side here as you just start to open into those hips. You might feel really tight here, so if your legs look more like this, it's absolutely fine. Just take your legs further forward. Just breathe into here, maybe moving the shoulders here. Nice work. Now from here, we're going to just start to build a little strength and stretch here. So we're making this more active. So your left foot's going to be flexed, and you're going to see if you can lift this left leg up. And you're just holding here. Just feel the muscles in the inner thigh start to switch on. As you push that leg out in front, take that leg out to the side. Lift the chest. Now with your right foot, bring it to the inside of that left thigh. As we lengthen here, we're going to take this into a side stretch. So inhale, left arm rises. Exhale, lean, hinge from the hips towards that left foot. And don't just collapse into it. Really stretch. And as you do that, you'll notice this right shoulder wants to creep forward. So you're going to bring this right shoulder back. So you've got this line from the wrist to the shoulder, all the way up to the right hand. We sweep that over. And really breathe into the sideline of the body. It doesn't matter if you can't reach your foot. You can bring your hand to the ground. And just think about that opening in the chest. Remembering that this is your practice. So go where it feels good in your body. Maybe circle that right wrist a couple of times. And slowly rise back up. Let's do that the other way. We come back into that bound ankle pose. Feet together, lift the chest. Have a little rock here side to side. Then lift that right leg up. Using those inner thighs, you're going to reach that right leg forward. Maybe now you start to feel it in that hip flexor. Lift it a little higher. Then take it out to the right. Left foot to the right thigh, lift the chest. Reaching that right arm up, we're going to take it into that side stretch. So reach towards your right foot. Again, it doesn't matter if you don't get there. I've got really short legs, so I'm at an advantage. So if you're here, that's absolutely fine. Left arm reaches up as you stack the shoulders, sweep it over, breathe into here. Notice if your left sit bone starts to rise and just press that down. So you're really rooting through your sit bones. Breathing in here, maybe circle that left wrist a couple of times. And bring yourself back up. Beautiful. Let's come over now onto all fours into that tabletop pose. Having your wrists either under the shoulders or just in front. We're going to spread through the fingers nice and wide. As you inhale, you're going to lift the chest forward, lift the tailbone. As you exhale, round. Now as we go through our practice, I'm going to give you the option to do this version instead of a vinyasa. So this is a beginners and pregnancy friendly version, a simple cat-cow. Now if you're pregnant, stay here. If you want to go deeper and start to switch on the core, as you exhale and you round the back, can you hover the knees off of your mat, just an inch or so, and then can you tap your right knee to your right elbow, bring it back, lower, lift, really strong. We go again, exhale as we round. Knees lift, you're going to tap your left elbow with your left knee, send it back, down and open the chest. One more each side. As we exhale, we round. Lift the knees and tap with the right knee. Send it back and open. Last time as we exhale, lift the knees, left knee taps, send it back and down. And then just begin to circle around those wrists, those hips, move in the body. So generally when we wake up in the morning, our bodies can feel really tight. The fascia in our bodies becomes tight, where we're dehydrated, we haven't moved. So let's just create that movement, release. Doesn't have to look a particular way. Just changing it from side to side as you start to open the shoulders and the hips. And then as we come back to our center, shuffle the hands forward. We're going to come into our first downward dog. Now if downward dog doesn't feel good in your body today, if you're feeling it in the shoulders, keep your knees grounded. Otherwise, lift the knees, take those hips up and back. And let's breathe in here. Now if you are pregnant, take your feet wider than hip width. Otherwise, have your feet either hip width or wide if you prefer. And then just start to rock through the feet here. And we're going to add some movement into the hips. Now you can do this with the knees down to make it easier. But I want you to try and circle the hips. So we're just trying to create some fluid movement in those hips. So you're kind of tucking the pelvis and then opening. As you draw these circles here, starting to release in the hips. Breathe into here. We're starting to switch on the core as well. Change directions. Really small movement. And then bringing the weight to the left, but lift your right leg up to the sky. Now lift your leg up as high as you can and bend that knee. With your right foot, you're going to press as if you're trying to dent the ceiling and then take it over to the left. So if you peek underneath your left arm, can you see your right foot? Can you give yourself a little wave? And then bring the foot down. Walking all the way to the top of your mat. Now if you're pregnant, keep your feet nice and wide and bring your hands onto your yoga bricks or your thighs. Otherwise, bring your feet towards one another and get into that fold. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale to fold. Lifting the chest as you inhale. You can either stay here or can you lift the heels, come onto the toes. You're going to drop the knees down as you bring hands onto the thighs. This is really testing your balance and it's stretching those feet and building strength in the feet. If you can do that, can you take your knees wide? And can you add a little movement here? Now this is safe to do through pregnancy, but if you are, especially in the later stages of your pregnancy, it's going to be really difficult to do and uncomfortable, so feel free to stay in that fold instead. But we are just starting to add that movement into the hips. So if you want to create that flexibility in the body, you want to focus on that strength too. Now from here, reach the arms up, stay still if you can. Feel free to bring the knees down if you need to. With the arms up, can you cross the wrist so that your right wrist is in front of the left, then turn the palms around to press towards one another. Open the shoulders across the back as you press the palms. Then can you press through the toes as you lift all the way up into standing, great work. Now from here, you're going to bring your left hand to your right ear as your right arm comes to the side. Gently bring that head over to the left shoulder so we're stretching out this right side of the neck and circle this right arm really gently. Nice deep breaths. Circle the other way. And then release. Bring the hands behind the back, squeeze the shoulders together. Gently lean forward, and it might be that you only come to here, especially if you are pregnant, and keep a bend in the knees. Otherwise, see if you can join me in coming all the way down into this fold. And you're just going to rock side to side. Nice deep breaths through the body. And then release the hands down back into that fold. Step your right foot back. Either having your left foot to the inside of your left wrist, or if you're pregnant, have it to the outside of the wrist so you've got plenty of space for bump. And we're just going to rock it forwards and backwards. Nice big rocks as we look ahead. We look back, rocking over the front foot, really just starting to feel this stretch. And stepping back when you're ready into that downward dog. Send those hips all the way up, relax the neck, relax the head, shake it up. Press down through the index finger and the thumb. We're going to bring the weight into your right foot as you lift the left leg up this time. Now bend the left leg. Press your heel up as high as you can, like you're trying to dent the ceiling, and then open that hip. So you don't want your thighs to touch. That leg wants to be nice and open. Look underneath your right arm, give yourself a little wave. Circle through the toes. Keep reaching back. And then placing the foot down, let's walk to the top of the mat again. Back into that fold. Inhale, lift the chest. And now we're going to bring the feet together. If you're going for the balance, you're going to lift the heels, you're going to take the knees out wide. You can keep your hands onto the mat if you need to. You can stay in your fold. Otherwise, just bring your hands to the thighs. Keep your gaze fixed. This is going to help you with your balance. And if you can, reach the arms around you. So now do the left arm in front of the right as you press the palms together, spread the shoulders across the back. Keep your gaze fixed. You're either going to release and come back into Tadasana, or see if you can press through the toes. Feel those inner thighs working as we rise. Release the heels down. Now we bring the right hand to the left ear as we gently bring our right ear towards the shoulder. Left shoulder drops, and you're just going to circle that left arm. Just starting to release that tension in the neck here. Circle the other way. And then release both arms to the side. Now you're going to bring your hands back behind you, but if you had your right thumb on top before, switch the fingers so your left thumb is on top. It's going to feel really weird. But we want to balance out each side, so squeeze the shoulders together, lift the chest, breathe in. As you exhale, you can either stop halfway if this is enough of a stretch and you can rock it out here. Otherwise, take it down into that fold. Rock side to side, breathe. Release the hands down the legs, lift the chest, and we're going to step that left foot back this time. So remember, if you're pregnant, the foot comes outside of your right wrist, otherwise to the inside. As we look forward, we rock back. Really stretching out through those legs here. Breathing through the body. And when you're ready, you're going to step it back into that downward dog. We're going to come into the next wave of movement. If you need a little child's pose here, take one. But I want you to take 3 really deep breaths in and out through the nose. Take this time to come back to the body. Notice how you feel here. Notice what feels good, what doesn't. What you need to do for the next round, maybe little adjustments. Then you're going to bring that right leg up. So if you're in child's pose, meet us back into down dog. You can do this on a tabletop pose, especially if you're pregnant. This might feel too much. So bring your left knee down if you need to. Otherwise, circle that right leg in down dog. Nice big circles. And then, either bringing the foot gently in a few steps forward, or in one big sweep, can you step your right foot inside of your right wrist? If you're pregnant, or come to the outside. Looking straight ahead, press through this right heel, squeeze the thighs together. We're going to rise up as you reach your arms up to the sky. Drop the shoulders. Breathe into here. Keep your gaze fixed. Now, especially if you're doing this pregnant, you can bring that back foot in to have better balance. And if you are a beginner, feel free to bring that back leg closer. Bring the arms around the back, interlace the fingers, squeeze those shoulders together, open the chest. Here we're going to start to really work on that balance. So to make it easier, you're going to slowly step the foot up to Tadasana. Otherwise, I want you to press through this right foot as you bring your left knee all the way in. Can you extend that left leg out? You can keep it bent to make it easier. Otherwise, do it straight. See if you can lift it from that hip flexor. Press through your right foot. You might see this leg shaking. Arms reach up to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, bring hands to heart. Slowly now, take this left leg out to the side. As you do that, you're going to drop the chest. Now you can either bring this straight into your warrior two, or you're going to come into half moon. As you circle around, stack the hips, stack the shoulders, bring your right hand down, keep your left heel back. Can you add the left arm as well? To make it easy, you can bring the left hand to the hip. Don't worry if you're like wobbling, you're falling. That's absolutely fine. This is your practice. This is how we improve. We just push ourselves gently to the edge. And then next time it becomes easier. Now bending this right leg, press it back into warrior two. Great work, everyone. Straighten that front leg, reach that right arm over for reverse triangle. Breathe. Remember, you don't have to do every pose that I'm giving you here. You can skip bits to really adjust the practice for your body. Back into warrior two, then you're going to turn your right toes in as you straighten both legs. Lean it down into this fold. Now it might be that you just bring the hands down and you stay here. Otherwise, see if you can bring your right arm up. Switch, right hand comes down, left arm comes up. Left hand comes down. Hands to hips, bring it all the way up. Back into that lunge as we bring the hands down, stretch out that front leg. If you need to, bring the back knee down. And then stepping it back, we're going into downward dog. As we come onto the last side, doing really well, everyone. Remember, to make this easier, bring your knees down. Left leg rises, bend the knee. We're going to circle that leg. Nice big circles. Really getting into the hip. Breathing in here. And then either in a few steps or one big movement, step to the top of your mat, ready for your lunge. Squeezing those thighs together, you're going to come all the way up. Breathe into here. Arms come around the back. Now you're going to switch the interlink again of your fingers. So if you had your right thumb on top, bring the left. Squeeze the shoulders together, breathe. Now you can either just slowly step the back foot into Tadasana or sweep it all the way through as you bring knee up. Now if you're pregnant or this is you're struggling with your balance today, just keep that foot grounded or bring a hand onto a wall. Otherwise, kick that leg out in front. Lift it higher if you can. Maybe circle the ankle, wiggle the toes. And then bringing hands to heart. This right leg's going to come out to the side. You're circling it all the way around. As we come into our half moon, our left hand comes down. Start by bringing the right hand to the right hip, stacking the hips. Remembering, if this isn't in your practice today, come straight into warrior two. Otherwise, see if you can bring the top arm up. And then slowly and gracefully come into that warrior two. Beautiful, everyone. Straighten this front leg. You're going to pull that knee up with that quad. We're reaching all the way over reverse triangle. Try not to puff out those ribs. Can you see what I'm doing here? I'm creating this arch in my back. Instead, bring the bottom ribs in. So you're nice and controlled in your core. Then bring it back into warrior two. Left toes turning now. Have your feet parallel here. We bring hands to hips. We're going to come into that fold. It might be that you just stay here with your hands on the ground. Otherwise, circle your left arm up into this twist. Breathing in here. Circle that hand down. We go to the right. Our right arm circles up. It comes back down. Hands to hips. Come all the way up. Back into that lunge at the front of your mat. Bring the hands down. See if you can stretch that leg. Now, if you find that your hands are here, bring that back knee down. Breathe. As you come forward, step it back. And we're going to come into a little child's pose. Sit bones to the heels, extend those arms forward. Rest your forehead onto the mat. Breathe into here. And you're just going to sort of rock the hips side to side here. And if you're pregnant, you can use any cushions here to make this more comfortable for you. And then just slowly walking the hands up. Bring the legs out in front. Everyone feeling good? So we're going to come into, we're kind of running out of time, I did have a bit extra planned. We're going to come into one last little balancing pose. Now if you are pregnant, I wouldn't advise doing this because you will wobble in here. But we've been working the legs, we've been building strength here. So it's just a little challenge that you can try. I've done it for a while, so God knows I'll probably fall over. So what you want to do is in your cross-legged position, start with your left leg in front, reach the toes back. And you're going to press through your feet. So we've been working on those feet here, strengthen them through the toe balance. So you're going to extend your arms forward. You can see if you can press through the edges of your feet as you come to stand. And then slowly bring it back down. Now, if that felt really, don't worry if that felt really tricky and you felt like you were wobbling. Let's try it on the other leg. So switch the legs. And you will find that one side you can do, one side you can't. And I'll be interested to see who found this easy and who didn't. So pressing down through the feet. Can you press to rise up? So we're really just testing the muscles here in the outside of our glutes. We're testing through the feet. And we're going to slowly bring it back down. And then release. Take those legs out in front. Give them a nice little shake here. Rolling through the ankles. Just take the head side to side. And you're going to bring the right foot to the left thigh, lift your left toes up. So rather than to the side this time, it's forward. As you shift onto the sit bones, lift the chest. Breathe in, exhale into this fold. And it might be that you stop here, or maybe you bring your hands out as you take it down into that fold. That one is, yeah, that's a tough one. But it's really funny because some people will find that really easy and some people won't. And slowly bring it back up. Let's switch the legs over. Right leg forward, toes up. Bring your left foot to the right thigh. Lift the chest as you breathe in. Exhale, reach forward. Now don't let this right foot collapse. Keep pressing the heel away so you're really getting that lovely stretch in the back of the leg. If you want to extend the arms forward, you can bring the arms forward as you drop into this fold. Breathing in here. And then slowly coming back up. Great work, everyone. Now from here, you're going to take the legs a little further forward and you're going to cross your right ankle onto the left thigh, reaching your right toes back. Now, you can control how deep into the stretch you go, so you can either bring this left foot right in as you bring the chest forward, or you can keep it further out. Yogi's choice. So reaching this foot back, don't let this right knee collapse into you, really push it away. As you open across the collarbones, you're going to breathe in here. Nice deep breaths. And then slowly release. Switch legs over, so left ankle, right thigh. Keep your left toes reaching back. Bend in the right leg. You're going to bring your sit bones towards the right foot. Bring your chest forward just as much as you can. And remember, this knee doesn't want to fall in. You want to push it away as you breathe into here. So when we switch on the muscles when we come into a stretch, it's known as an active stretch. So you want to mix your routine up with passive stretches where you kind of just fall into the pose. And then the active stretch is where you feel like you're having to switch on the muscles to go into that stretch. And then let's very slowly take the legs out, release, give a little rock side to side. Coming into your comfortable seat, using your cushion if that feels nice, or your block, just so you're a little bit higher here. Now it's your Shavasana, no one's watching, so if you'd rather do this lying down, then make yourself comfortable here. We are just going to do a little shoulder stretch first. You're going to bring that right arm across the body, bring the forearm into the crease of the left elbow, and just pull that arm across, so we're stretching that shoulder here. We've done a lot of the opening in the chest, so we just want to stretch the back out. Release, let's do the other side. Nice stretch. And then release, roll the shoulders a couple of times. Now I'm going to give you a few moments just to get comfortable in your Shavasana, so whether that is seated with me or you want to come to lie down. Again, this is your practice and there's no right or wrong way to do Shavasana, but it's a really special time for you to just sort of switch off and come back into the body, because it's very rare that we take 5 minutes or just a couple of minutes out of our day to switch off. So Shavasana is one of the most important parts of a yoga practice. So please join me in a comfortable seat, somewhere where you feel comfortable. If you're lying down, just have the hands resting onto the belly. If you're seated with me, we're going to bring the palms facing down onto the thighs. And we're going to close the eyes here. And again, if closing the eyes doesn't feel comfortable for you, just keep your gaze low, relaxing the gaze. And before we do anything else, just notice how you feel. Noticing the energy that's around you. The energy that's within you. And just begin to slow down the breath. Noticing the gentle rise and fall of the belly as you inhale and you exhale. Drop the chin slightly, create a little space between the lips and the teeth. As you relax the muscles around the jaw, relaxing the shoulders. As your body begins to relax, your mind also relaxing. And if a thought comes to mind, that's okay. Just gently come back to the breath. When emotions rise in the body, it can be quite difficult to try to control those emotions. We can't stop them, but we can learn to deal with them through the breath. When we focus on the inhale and the exhale, we anchor to the moment, to the here and the now, not worrying about the past or the future, just this moment. For the now is all we truly have. And now, before we close our practice, I want you to notice that energy around you and how it feels compared to the beginning of your practice. Does it feel brighter and lighter? Can you feel that glow around you? And let us bring the fingertips down beside you. If you're lying down, just gently roll onto your favourite side and join me in a seated position. With the fingertips down either side, as you take a deep breath in, we're going to take the arms around you as we create this protected bubble, surrounding ourselves with this love, this light, protecting our energy as we bring the palms together overhead. And on your exhale, let's bring that energy down through the center line of the body as we slowly bring hands to heart. And we bow our heads in gratitude. Namaste. So take your time coming round, and as you open the eyes, just start to look around the room to begin with, just noticing the light, how you feel. Maybe you feel calmer. Just slowly coming out of this sort of yoga, Zen mode, gently coming back to the room, to your surroundings, noticing the sounds around you.